Yo,
Yo,
why was you so close to my stack?
man, gang.
Like I was on top of the pipes, bro. I ended up on the floor and I seen you trying to take my stuff.
I
What
wasn't
you
trying
want,
to
bro?
take that whole game.
What you
I
want, bro?
brought something over here, Brody.
So if I go back and look in my eyes, he wasn't next to me.
I was up there, Brody. You go look, ain't shit missing, bro.
Yeah, because I had my menu open.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't take none. I couldn't take none, bro. I already came over here with 190.
Dior, get out of that fucking toilet. Dior, get out.
I already came over here with 190. Look, ain't shit missing, bro. Gang.
What?
Better watch himself.
Alive. Take a walking bike.
My parents never worked. Dad took away to be a but he never
What the fuck?
the scout times. My parents wanted me to find
Oh?
and not made out.
Hey. Hey.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Yeah, bro. I was just looking in my eyes, bro, and I ain't fucking with you, bro. Step outside.
I'm not going outside.
Where's the cake?
I'm not putting hands on you in here.
Hold on, bro. Damn, chill out, bro. What's wrong with you, boy?
Don't run. Don't run. Now you might take my stuff, right? Yeah, I just went back and looked in my eyes, bro. I ain't
Man, they went shit missing, boy.
Shut up. Yeah, because I had my menu open, goofy.
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit, boy.
Stupid. Stupid.
Damn.
You gonna have to move around. I'm trying to, you got me like.
Stupid. Stupid. Stay with my stack, bro. Stay with my stack, bro. I ain't gonna play with you next time.
Babe,
Next time I'm gonna call.
Babe, what are you saying?
babe, why are you really irritated? Baby,
Next time I'm gonna pop you, bro. Pick yourself up.
baby.
No,
No, we need to go get money from TOOLIVE.
Kick his ass. Damn.
Yeah, go back and look.
Oh.
Go back and look at that stream, bro. He was over there trying to take my stack for like a good minute while I wasn't here at my desk.
Damn.
I put hands on you, bro. I'm not even gonna pop him. I'm gonna put hands on you. Hold on, wait. Let's do the U challenge. Oh, I'm you. Stupid. Oh, damn, I got something.
Hey, gang.
Yo,
Yo,
that's me.
hey,
That's my
gang.
stuff.
Bro, do that. He killed me, bro. And I'm gang. I'm misfits.
Who killed you?
The nigga in the purple jacket. I don't know where he went. He was just in here.
You got vape on?
Yeah.
Me,
Fuck
bro.
his ass. With him.
I'm OTF, bro. Hold on, wait.
Give a fuck, man.
Why you kill, brother?
Wait,
Kill that
let me
nigga.
explain myself.
Why
Let me
you-
explain myself.
I don't give a fuck. You explain it. So you killed my nigga, bro.
Say
Say
less.
that,
You
gang.
killed my mans, bro.
Say less.
I thought me OTF was cool with us, nigga. What the fuck?
Not if you trying
Yeah,
to take
bro,
my
stomp
stuff.
me out, fam. Fuck
Not if you
wrong
gonna
with you.
take. Not if you gonna try to take my stuff, bro.
Bro, I
Put
didn't
hands
take
on you.
shit from you, gang. Fuck
Because I
wrong
had
with
my
you.
menu open, bro. I watched it on my eyes. I even went
Shut
back
your
and checked.
dead ass up.
I'll stay there.
Oh, Mike.
So what happened?
Over here, dude.
No, bro, you already
Man.
know, bro. You good.
He said I took some gang on my dead end and
fuck.
shit from the nigga.
You already know what it is now.
Hey, take me to the studio, gang. I'm finna go my hair real quick.
It don't matter, boy. There's rules in this game. Shit, I gotta kill it.
Damn. I put hands on it. Now I do it again.
I'm gonna take you to the EMS.
Why you gonna take it to the EMS?
Hey, flex your G must see if EMS on. EMS on?
Yeah, they on.
Bet.
Just drop me right here.
Oh, you gonna do your little thing?
Yeah, bro. I'm not even gonna shoot. I'm not even gonna shoot, man.
Oh, you straight, buddy. You know how that shit go, man.
Nah, bro, I went back on my eyes. This nigga knocked me off my stack twice, bro.
I'm gonna talk to buddy. Don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that.
Now niggas wanna make amends and shit. No, bro. Yeah, your man's a weirdo. Make sure you should find out who the fuck you are first before trying to take a nigga shit. Did you go back in the live stream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bro. You seen how bro, I'm literally in my head. This dude stepped over. First, he even came the first way, and then he came back. And you hear him tapping the shit on his keys, bro. Come on now.
And then you start beating him up.
Yeah, yeah.
That was when I started looking.
Yeah, because I'm like, even the first time I came back, bro, it was right when he knocked me down in front of the stairs.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yo, what the heck? So I put my stuff back in my stack, and I'm like, nah, hold on, bro. That was weird as hell. So I put my stuff on. I'm like, yo, what was you doing, bro? And he started talking
Yeah.
about, no, I wasn't even doing nothing. I'm like, so if I go back in my eyes, you wasn't doing nothing. He said, no, bro, I wasn't even doing nothing. So I went back and checked, bro. Nah, that shit ain't add right. So I was like, yeah, step outside. He was like, no, I'm not gonna step outside. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just put hands on you then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put hands on you then. And feet. And then he started trying to glitch punch me, so I just stomped him out.
Yeah, but you beat him good though.
Oh yeah. As soon as he started glitch punching, I was like, all right, say less. Ain't no getting up. Look, I even want to go back and show the stream, but look at this, y'all. The first thing this nigga does, bro. Look at the first thing this nigga does. Is he climbs up. He climbs up and pushes me out of the way. Keep this shit though, bro. This shit's crazy. He's tapping a lot of keys, bro, to be mining meth. A lot of keys. Still not down. He just fell down. Now he's climbing back up again. Climbs back over again. Pushes me out the way. Nah, man. Nah, you know what you was doing, bro. You know exactly what you was doing.
Yeah.
Just think beyond Louisiana. I still got my gun? Yeah, we got the blicky on us. Got the blicky icky. I got the blicky icky. Damn, bro, when I see him trying to get him my shit, I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. I'll be right back. You see, man, you just, that's what I'm saying, man. Not a lame. Yeah, that's weird. We just got no reason. I mean, it's just easier to print them. It's easier to print them. Happy you just did. Just text him and see. No, I got that look. That's lame. Yep. Fill it all back out. And get her signature. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't think about my game, man. What? He said, he's, I told him his deal, I told him his thing wasn't that very good of an idea. He probably would have thought the other one. I just didn't think of that one. I could no. I could. You know, I got a faster way to do that. You just email it to yourself, download it, pull it up in your notes, and then draw your signature. That's what you said? I thought you was talking about the signature thing that you did for the computer. Remember that thing you showed me a long time ago?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought you was talking about. Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking.
Let's go.
Where you at? What? On the way downstairs, I put it in my suitcase. Duffel bag. I didn't want to keep it up because I knew it was going to smell. So I ended up supposed to sit it in. Sit it in. I'm good. Excuse me.
They did a server restart already? They did a server restart already, bro? Nobody know?
What you say, bro?
Huh?
What you say?
They did a server
You
restart
talk to
already?
me?
Yeah, it was at like 7, I think.
7.
Yeah. The next one is
When
at
the next
3.
one?
3.
At 3?
Yeah, bro. still got my mic right now, bro. I'm sick.
Huh?
I'm still on this crappy headset. I'm not back at
Yes,
the
sir.
crib yet, bro.
So this next joint at 3?
Yeah.
You for sure, bro?
You Eastern?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good luck here.
No problem. Don, what you said? You said, was I gonna get up? You said, hey, Don,
Yo.
how long you gonna be on?
Huh?
How long you gonna be on?
No. So sorry. How late I'm getting off?
Yeah.
No, it's right now. It's 6 o'clock. It's not that late right now.
Okay. I'm finna go in
Why?
my head. I'm finna go in my head for a second. But
Uh,
I mean, I'm not on role play. I'll be back. I'll be back real quick.
I'm staying here. Say it if you're back.
All right. I'll get back. What is that? All the things that you stepped on? Yeah, the things that people did the step challenge on, like the crate challenge. Is that what you're saying? The people stepping on the little thing, they was falling off, hurting their back and stuff. What? We playing poker or something, guys?
Free J Feet World. Free the guys. I had to tap into another zone that I ain't never been. You can't expect me to be perfect in this world. I got a sin to even try to get it right. My mind never rests at night with a song. I would call you, but I don't know what you doing. I've been thinking about it lately. If you see me, you gon' see the way you make me. When I told my bro the way I was feeling, he said I'm crazy. I don't doubt. I got too many demons. Let's kick them out. Where we start, everything that I'm saying is from the heart. You ain't see that today. I almost relapsed. You see them goals on Instagram. I hope one day we be that, but I was stuck landed in them trenches where my feet at. The only time we move the slide, just tell me where he be at. Fucking up my blessings. You can see me stressing, but I'm still woke. Had it all. I never had a ball. I always felt broke. What I told you back then is still valid. When I lost it, I ain't never get to tell you that I found it. I was still the same. They couldn't change me. Put the bills back, and I had told my nigga that I'm hurt. I know he feel that. They slid on us and dropped one. You know we got drill back. My niggas telling me to chill. You know I'm trying still match. I ain't pick a scene from a movie that was real. Like knowing what we did ain't the same to know what it feel like. I really gave you everything. I dropped the pen, it's still right. When I passed it off, I made sure my heart was still tight. I could tell them secrets that you told me not to speak on. I like it better when you don't got nothing but the T on. And I was never going, I was the shoulder you could. Never nigga real as me, I tell a dream on. You know I keep that glizzy with.
Yo.
Yo.
I bet a nigga slow, you ain't with it, I can dig it, but just let a nigga know if it's better, I'ma go. I just hope that you ain't thinking
Yeah,
it.
buddy.
Never found love, but I might know where I think it's at, and I can never find it. Still probably won't rewind it like a bitch, and I married her at first, cause I was blinded. All the chick I got come borrow, don't be asking for my time. I done grew up way too fast, I ain't even hit my prime. Why you telling me you looking for me, you could hit my line. For a reason, we gotta bang it out, I ain't gonna be the one that's leaving. Hide from the camera, I can't let them catch me squeezing. Turn a nigga grip, we let him rip from all that bleeding. Bro gon' roll a op, you know we hide from all that chief. And I'm scissor, I can cut a bitch off after the weekend. Different is to cut a blink off, you can't touch it. My nigga told me greatness is sign, you can't rush. I know that they got it out for me, I know that they be doubting me. If I get shot inside my heart, is you gon' take it out for me? I tell them that it's real, lost my life in that field. I just pray for when them demons come and get me on that day. Only so much I can take for I overload, explode out. If I ain't who you need, let me know so I can roll out. Put me in that room and feel like they had let the gold out. I kept it quiet, this the place a lot of niggas sold out. And if I'm with you, then I'm with you. I got you, and I won't let nobody get you. I put it on my soul, I won't let it turn cold. Why you got it if you holding it? Just promise you won't drop, nigga said. If I'm with you, then I'm with you. I got you, and I won't let nobody get you. I put it on my soul, I won't let it turn cold. Why you got it if you holding it? Just promise you won't drop.
shit.
Kato, you way too dope, kid.
There you go. Gotta get this fucking buddy, man.
Look, I got a devil on my shoulder, angel on my left. Ignore them both, I'm still protected. I be running with the best. I ain't want the cops, just need the doctor. Fix the flesh, get the bullets up out of me. We can take care of the rest. We never make peace when blood spill. That's a reminder, little bro. I throw that shit on and come spinning some designer. My bitch be telling me to get on. I don't never mind her. The grass way greener, so I don't blame her if it blinder. See the way they move when you gone, it's a difference. You ain't understand the sound, but most likely he was hissing. If you started talking dirty, then most likely he was missing. It's a mystery, cause that's some shit we probably never get it. It ain't thorough when you spice wreck, knowing that it's false. Told him that you up to score when he counted that you lost. Track God, when we die, melt the body on the cross. Bro, it a hole in one, but ain't nobody playing golf. Take risk every day in the hood, try and prosper. Bro, shoot good, you can put him on your roster. Do his homework, bro, lurk before he pop up. It just make it easier when niggas get a drop up. How that was your man when we ain't into that. They shot me before I could slide, my man was bending back. I cut off my hand, give it to bro, and letting the limb for that. All we do is score, you would think we get a win for that.
Everybody hates Chris. $50 goes, ladies, if you really want to keep a real man that has his stuff together, don't try to add to what he already has. Find what he's lacking, contribute to that. 50-50 doesn't have to be a financial thing. Don't compete with him, compliment him.
Bars.
Man, that's fantastic.
There you go.
Great point. All right, now it's on you. Go ahead.
Oh, what I was gonna ask him?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was gonna ask
Well, I
him
hope
was,
not
you know
ask
how
him.
you were
That
saying,
would be murder, but okay.
no. What I was gonna ask you is, so you know how you were saying like men are not too interested with what women's, economical status is, like where they're working, what position she's in at work, etc. Would you say that is applied when you are thinking about making someone your wife? Because when you're thinking about making someone your wife, I mean, if you're a financially secured man, you're like, who cares about her financial status? But the way life is, shit happens. You might need her, for whatever reason, even if it's just for 2 weeks or 2 months. Don't you want to have a woman that like if my shit comes falling down, or if I just for whatever reason get locked out of my bank accounts and I'm fucked, can I turn to this person? Like
I hear that.
when you're looking for a fling or a wife or just a girlfriend or just a friend with benefits or whatever, does that determine the qualities that you look at in her? Like you said, you don't care about her financial status.
Well,
but
I think all those categories are very different, so I wouldn't conflate them all. But on the potential wife situation,
or
I
even
think,
girlfriend, just someone you want to take serious in general.
a girlfriend.
de ID bijste gaat. Hoe moet je zeg maar nep vallen dat je valt op de grond?
Weet ik niet, man.
It depends on the individual.
Je kan volgens mij niet uit de gevangenis, man.
Ga je glitch proberen, maar ik moet weten hoe je nep kan vallen.
Want je hebt geen uitgang.
Jawel, geloof mij. Kijk, je gaat begrijpen wat ik bedoel. Maar ik moet weten hoe je nep valt, zeg maar, man. Hoe je valt op de grond gewoon. Want ik heb net bij zo'n andere server ook gedaan.
What if she's already a mother like me? I have 2 children.
I wouldn't personally marry.
Ja, maar wat voor gevangenis was dat? Was dat dezelfde?
Okay.
Want deze is anders.
I'm not saying that nobody should.
Nee, dat was ook zo.
Oh, want ik ben in deze daar gestopt en hier had je geen in- of uitgang.
You don't watch the show.
Ja, maar kijk.
The show and he told me like, they're gonna try to say something about your kids, like don't let it trigger you.
Is why your ring off.
Kijk, als je hier
moet
je eruit.
Because he was not acting
Door deze heen en door
so
die
I'm
andere.
not gonna be the fucking dummy running around here like, hey, look at my ring, and you're slinging dick.
Let's let them work out their private.
Kijk, je moet je naar buiten kijken. En als ik dit doe, kijk, ga uitleggen. Kijk, Juist, en dan moet ik hier nu vallen zo.
is a
Tap, als ik
successful
nu val,
person.
dan ben ik daar buiten. Dan bij die andere
Can I-
ook doen.
Ga eens er doorheen en druk dan
Okay, I know I have an interesting question. Can I ask? You
Six?
don't have to answer this if it's
Ja,
too
als je
personal.
buiten
How
het
come you
hek
didn't marry the father of your children?
I didn't marry the father of my children because
Dame, ik moet weten hoe je valt, man.
I didn't marry the father of my children
Ja.
because it just his lifestyle.
Je weet wat voor
just
val
was
ik
not,
bedoel,
he
totdat je op de
wasn't
grond
ready to
ligt, zeg
settle
maar.
down by any means. Like, you know, by the time I had the second kid, you know,
Als ik
clearly
dat weet,
for him
RolePlay
to
ga je
have
eruit
me
komen.
have a
Gaat zien.
second kid,
in die
I was
toren
under the
razen.
impression that he was ready to settle down.
Ja, maar als ik
But
naar
things
beneden
didn't work
val.
out that way.
Weet je wat we wel
And it
kunnen
was
doen?
just
Of jij
like
moet even naar hier komen,
a
Daan, met
cat
jouw
and mouse
grote
game
auto.
that I really got
Kijk, ik
tired
weet
of.
dat.
You know what I'm
Je gaat
saying?
sowieso
And
dood
it's
als je
like
naar beneden
I can't. I have kids now. My
Ja, maar
kids
ik
are
denk als ik op
getting
jouw
big
grote
now.
auto land,
So
dat ik
it's
dan niet
like,
dood ga,
Misschien
man.
kan
if
ik jou
I
door het
stay
hek
with
beet
you
pakken.
and you're doing X, Y, and Z, what am I teaching my daughter? You know,
Broer, je kan sowieso
and,
hier
and
uitkomen, geloof
especially
mij.
like you being her father, what are you
Oh
teaching
bro,
her?
die Jedi waar
You
in
know,
het begin werd
so
gestopt,
it was
hadden
a
ze geen
both
uitgang
mutual
meer.
agreement. He felt like complete shit.
Jawel,
He's
geloof
like,
mij. Je
I
moet goed
don't
kijken.
wanna
Als
do
je
this
en
to you
zo'n ding
guys.
gaat, dan ben je exit, dan kom je hier.
Yeah.
Is your
No, I
daughter's
was just
name
curious.
Eliza?
Shit,
My
is
daughter's
echt
name is
groot,
Eliza.
dus.
Yeah, you see.
Ja, ik was ook net bij cellen.
Yo, Chris, kill the Twitch stream and the Twitter stream. I'm gonna give my take on this. It might be offensive.
Welke?
I'm just gonna go with it. So,
Because I'm ready for you. I've been studying you. I'm ready for your ass.
Als ik weet hoe je nep valt,
kill
kom ik
fresh
er
and
even
fair
makkelijk
on
mee.
Twitch.
Of misschien kan je mij pakken, ja. Maar stel je voor ik val. Ja, maar als ik doodval, kan je mij niet grappen, hè.
I'm gonna be extremely polite about this. I've always said that it's not in your best interest as a man to commit to a girl that has children, and the reason for that, if you look at it from like, let's get the feelings aside from a strictly
I agree though
biological sense and risk assessment, it's very bad because you're marrying a woman, you're taking on those kids as your own, and the issue is that if she leaves you, it's not only going to hurt because she left you, but it's also going to hurt because you built attachments to those children. And the scary part is you have zero right to them because they're not biologically yours. Right? I mean, hell, guys can barely get access to their own biological children, let alone kids that they adopted from another man from another relationship. So here's the thing. If a man comes in, marries you, gives you security, and provides that same security to you and your children that are not his.
But he doesn't.
He doesn't take care of those kids whatsoever.
I'm saying like I'm not I'm not talking about my specific situation. Right?
Okay.
But no, I'm gonna say like, all right, when it comes time, like for example, my kids just went back to school, right?
Yeah.
I spent about $700 school clothes shopping.
God damn.
On myself though.
Kijk hoe we dit gaan doen, man. Denk je dat het eruit kan komen?
Ik weet niet, als je niet terug wordt geteleporteerd.
Nee, man, dit is de eerste keer. Die teleporteren is de eerste keer.
I'm not looking at my husband to say, give me this.
No,
Kijk,
but here's the
ben nu
thing.
hier.
My kids.
I know he provides something. If he's married to you, there's no way that he's not.
Kijk, ik ook in deze toren.
I mean, we go half and half on our bills.
Okay, but I'm saying he's still providing a roof for those kids. He's still providing some type
we're
of
going half.
fatherhood energy. He's still providing. Because here's the thing I'm trying to say. It's a luxury that he decided to step in and step up to your kids when in reality it's not to his benefit. That's the cold hard reality. It's not in a man's best
but
interest.
Sometimes is
Let me
it?
finish. It's not in a man's best. It's not in a man's best interest to
Ik
go
wil die ene
ahead and take
proberen,
on
maar ik weet hoe je
stepchildren.
valt op de grond, man.
It actually opens you up to a lot of liabilities. So my thing is,
hebben wij die
if
niet?
a guy comes in, takes care of you, wipes you up, gives you the title, and he takes on your kids. And I know you say, well, I pay for my
Maar als we
kids and I
helikopter
take
hebben,
care of
kunnen we
them,
weten dat
whatever.
iedereen
He's
bevrijden.
still responsible. I'm sure he's probably very involved in those kids' lives to some degree because there's no way around it. You probably have primary custody of the kids.
I mean, my kid's father is in federal prison.
So you
right
have
now.
primary custody, which means there's no way around it. He's got to be around for those children
But
because you
not
guys live
really
together.
though. Like I'm just being completely honest. Like my marriage.
There's no way that he's not involved with those kids when he lives with you
Involved
and you.
as in like we're all in the same like
house,
but he's not like, you know, taking my kid to go play basketball and like go taking my kids to dance class and like dropping my kids off at school for me and picking them up for me. Or
So what does he do?
Like, my kids, I just choose to keep it separated.
I mean, we could say that, but there's no. If you guys all live under the same house, there's no way that he's not involved in those children.
Waar ben jij
Like, let's be
precies?
realistic.
I'll tell you how. Right? This is my house.
Waar die rode hek
This
is,
is my
toch?
room.
Ja.
This is my children's room.
Ja.
He's here.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I cook dinner. He comes out and eats. He goes out and work. He comes back. He comes back here. He says hi. Hello. I'm not saying he completely neglects my children. He may say hi, maybe play around the house, you know. But as far as like a real, like they know who their dad is. You know, their dad is very much So what? Well, like I said,
He still
he's
contributes.
Als ik
You
niet eruit
could
ga, is het
say
echt
like,
goed
hey, you know,
gemaakt,
it's
man.
half and half. He still contributes more than any other guy typically would want to. Most guys don't want to take on other kids. So all I'm saying
But
is
there's
this.
the thing, you don't have to.
But he
It's a
did.
choice.
Yeah, it's a choice,
Literally.
and he put himself. He gave himself a disadvantage to give you an advantage.
Well,
And the thing is
how
that
much am I disadvantaging myself for him in other aspects of life?
what?
Ben je bij nou?
What do you mean? What?
That's what I mean when I
Oh,
say
moet je
this.
andere openen?
Yo,
The thing is, I think men like
it's wild.
dude. Like guys and women make their decisions, right? So you know, if he's going into that situation, he knows he knows the deal. He knows what he's signing up for. So that's what
I'm
I say. Like,
disadvantaging myself when this person is in love with me, right? My kids are my kids.
Sure.
They're gonna be my kids until the day I die. This is my husband. He might not be my husband tomorrow. Okay. So at the end of the day, I'm disadvantaging myself and my children
Kijk hier, je kan
when
weer die
I allow
clowndans
you into
doen.
my home, into my personal space.
You
Let
know
me
what?
finish. Please let me finish.
oh sure, please finish.
When I allow you into my home and my personal space,
Mhm.
and I'm a happy-go-lucky woman, right?
Als ik weet hoe je die oude
But now here
normale
you are
die val
playing
doet, dan
these
is het
games with
klaar.
me mentally and emotionally. Now I can't be the best version of myself, and I can't be the best version of myself for my children or for myself as an individual because I have this person who I'm allowing. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm taking full accountability. I'm not saying I'm a victim. He did this to me. I took him back. You know, so I'm disadvantaging myself by trying to make
Broer,
this
ik ben hier bij
marriage
die
that I committed
torentje,
to
man.
work and causing, I'm not gonna say a chaotic, but for lack of better terms, a chaotic environment for my children that will tell me in 10, 15, 20 years from now, Mom, why did you let this guy, you know, X, Y, and Z? I'm disadvantaging myself as well. I'm a mother
ik
before
sta in die
anything. My
toren,
children are
broer.
gonna have questions for
Als
me
ik
in
van
the
die toren
long
naar
run
beneden spring, ga ik
that
dood,
I'm gonna
man.
have to
Dat is-
face the music to. He might not even be around. Just being completely honest. So it's
je weet
not
toch bij
just
die
him
ingang,
disadvantaging himself. I'm
als
disadvantaging
daarvoor
myself
staat
as
aan de
well because, like he
linkerkant,
said, when we leave, the guy has to, you know, break the relationship
voor
with the
die
children.
toren aan
What
de
does that do to my
linkerkant,
children
precies
as
daar
well?
sta je, broer.
And I have
Als
to
je laat
deal
zien
with the
staan,
emotional
hè.
baggage that comes with explaining to my children, look, he's just not in our lives anymore.
To me, I mean, for me listening, it
hoor een
doesn't
auto.
sound to me like you appreciate his contribution at all.
Zie je
bro.
mij?
Like,
Ja, kijk maar
all I
hier, broer.
heard
Well,
from there
I'm not gonna go into the full depths of the situation because
Waar staat hij?
it's a podcast, right? And I'm really married and I have real life shit. But you
Yeah.
don't
Wat is dat, de stap?
understand. I'm not like I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the baddest bitch in the world and
Alright.
but I know for a fact that there are men out there that would happily take care of me and my children.
That's true.
Okay? And I put my best foot forward. I don't ask this nigga for nothing. I pay $300 to get my hair done every 2 weeks. I pay for it. I get my nails done every 2 weeks. I pay for it. I go on shopping sprees. I pay for it. $600 car note. I pay for it. $400 insurance. I pay for it. I put in my half for the rent. And many months I've paid the rent by myself. Okay? I'm a college graduate. I'm secure. I have almost 140K followers on Instagram. I'm not saying that it matters, but I make money on Instagram promoting X, Y, and Z. I'm pursuing a rap career. I'm getting X amount of K views on my music. I'm fucking hustling. I'm going hard, kids and all. And I'm not saying that it's just love that's keeping me in this situation. But what I'm saying is that there's a lot of emotions involved, and most people in my life who know the in and outs saying, Leger, what the fuck are you doing? So when I'm sitting on a podcast and someone's telling me, oh, you don't sound like you're
Moet wel
appreciative
gelijk
of
mijn
what he's
kleren zo
contributing.
veranderen, hè?
You haven't said one thing about him that positive
Daarom
whatsoever. You
ik
just
ben
talked about
terug.
me. This is what I
Me,
do.
because if I had positive things
Bij
to
die
say about him, I
gevangenis gaan, wat
would say
denk
a
je?
lot
Dat
of
doen wij
positive
zo
things
lang
to say
op
about
uit
him.
de chat.
I would.
Ben ik
Just says
terug.
that,
But what do you
says
want
a
me
lot.
to tell you?
That says a lot
Ja,
in
oh,
itself.
die dan. Ik
It
ben
does
even
say a lot
dieren,
in itself,
man.
and that's why I said a lot of people in my life ask me,
Wallah, man.
what are you
Ik drukte volgens mij
doing?
iets verkeerd,
That's why I'm like, I don't want to
man.
blow up this marriage on this podcast.
Soms zit crypt weer erin, man. Dat had ik bij die andere surfer net ook.
Yo, man, look. All I'm
Oei, die. Wollete. Ik ga weer.
What are you doing?
This is why I'm like, I don't want to blow up this marriage on this podcast.
All I'm gonna say is if my girl talked about me like that, I'll break up with her immediately, bro. I'll keep it 1,000 with you. You're a woman. Hold on, let me finish. That's fantastic. You're a woman. This is the thing about your girl that I've come to realize. Your woman is a mere reflection of where you stand in society and how much she respects you. When a woman speaks about you or talks about you in a certain way, doesn't appreciate your contribution, trust me, it's always going to show. And my thing is, as a guys, you need to look at that fucking mirror and realize, do I like this reflection or do I not? And if you don't, it's time to turn around, improve the image, and come back with another image. Because at the end of the day, like, but here's the thing, it's very, you can say what you want, but I can tell just from the way that you speak about him, etc. You don't respect this man. You don't appreciate his contribution. It's me. He's a placeholder in your life. You may not like me saying this, but hey, I'm telling you what I see. And I know from when I speak with women, interviewing well over 1,500 of them, when a woman's infatuated and respects her man, she speaks in a whole different way about that guy. She would never say anything disparaging about him. This guy is just a placeholder for you in your life, and you don't really respect and or admire him. If I were him, I'd leave you. So that's just me.
And he can leave me, that's fine. I let him know that all the time.
Oh, shit. Hold on. So I'll say this, right? I was in that scenario. I was the guy that stepped up. Stupid. I know.
How does that make you stupid, though? How does that make you stupid? Some men can't even have children of their own, and some are not interested in having children of their own.
Let him talk. A single, able-bodied guy that's working on himself, marrying a woman with kids, is a disadvantage. Let me explain. For one, is you and your kids against him. I know it sounds crazy, but like anytime you could leave. You mentioned that earlier. Secondly, in the household, he's alone. If anything happens, your kids act out of order, he can't discipline them because that's your kids. So it's like he's paying rent, but it's really your house. And then thirdly, the guy that stepped up to be with you, he has options too. Not saying that you're not got options. I'm just saying, like, for example,
I was a little shocked when Guardio told me.
He can find a girl with no kids. I'm just saying for you,
and I can find a rich man.
Yeah, it works because you guys make it work. I'm just saying for him, at any point in time, he's by himself because it's you and your kids against him.
But it doesn't have to be that way. I feel like things become that way when you build that division, when things are not being handled as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And when you're making poor decisions, like, see, even down to disciplining. I don't have a problem.
Shit, let me think about
him disciplining my kids.
I'm gonna know by 1 o'clock.
Him? Come on. You know how old my kids are, first of all?
Okay. How old?
At 1 o'clock?
No, my daughter, she's gonna be 8, and my son is gonna be 5.
Right, so let me think about it for like 10 minutes.
You're not gonna hit my kids.
No, but see, that's the problem. Imagine, I'm the man. I can't do discipline. That's terrible.
But how many steps, right, do we get to before you start putting your hands on children? Because see, me personally, I don't even really believe in beating kids. Don't get me wrong. I want my kids' ass. No. But it's when they need it.
No, but see, that's because it's your kids. So you have all to say.
Right, but if she did something to me that I didn't like right now, for instance, because you're right next to me. If she was my kid, right, and not me, just a mother in general, and she did something I didn't like, it'd be easy to go, don't ever do that again. But her, as a grown-ass woman sitting right here, if she did something I didn't like, I'm not going to do that to her. I believe that kids, you wouldn't just pop on adults when you don't like what they do. Kids are worthy of an explanation as well. And I believe there's steps that should go. Do I have a problem? My kids have phones, iPads, everything. They love them. Do I have a problem with you saying, listen, taking the iPad, taking the phones. Since you can't respect me, I'm taking everything and go stand in the corner. And guess what? If they have a problem with standing in that corner, now it's time to whoop ass. If you can't stand in that corner and not cry and accept that you're standing in that corner for X amount of minutes or hours because you did X, Y, and Z, now next up,
you still have limited authority, though. Like, that's the point. The whole point
I have limited authority just because of how I believe on raising my kids.
You literally just said before that if they do some dumb shit, you will smack them, but he doesn't necessarily get that same level of authority.
Because I'm telling you that I'm going through steps before. I never said I would smack them.
I understand that.
I didn't say that.
But the point I'm trying to make
is
he does not have the same level of authority over your children that you do.
However, that's not true. Are you not hearing the words coming out of my mouth?
I've been listening very closely. You literally said that.
I literally said that there's levels. I literally said that if you try taking the iPad and it doesn't work, you try putting in the corner, it doesn't work. I understand. You're not gonna beat the Rodney King out my kid. No. But a pop, if you tell me, babe, I took the iPad, I took the phone, I put him in the corner, you still wilding. He was still saying this, and then he said I popped him.
You know
I get it.
Timmy, I don't know your kids' names. I don't want speak for them, but let's say for example, he does that, right? Mom, he slapped me. You look, it's so many ways that can go. We're just saying, look, in that situation, he is not going to be well because guess what? It's your kids against him. I'm sorry to say this. He might love you, you might love him,
but it's not. I don't take my kids' word for everything because I know my kids. So if my kid tells me, Mom, he slapped me, babe, you slapped him? Yeah. Why? What happened? Oh, X, Y, and Z, and Z, and Z. Zai, oh, that's my son. Zai, go to your room. I don't want to hear it.
Here's the thing, he got to explain himself too. Like, you're missing so many
my
things here.
My kid's dad has to explain himself to me.
That's a problem too. That's the whole.
Call it how you want.
He could at least, but here's the thing, he could at least tell you, shut up, it's my kid. Yeah. That dude can't. That's the
Early morning, got to.
I'm saying he can't. He doesn't have the same. He would tell you, shut up, those are my kids too. He would tell you, shut up.
No, because
Getting etiquette, bro.
being disrespectful.
No, but
Etiquette.
There's a difference between gender roles
For
and
Connecticut.
common respect.
But here's
Hard
the
for
thing, you say
Connecticut.
those are my kids too. Like the alpha men don't let women bully them. Period. That's what I'm trying to say. And the thing is
It's
that
not that
guy,
far.
he still doesn't have the same
It's
level
not
of
that
authority as you do.
low
And
drive.
if
Not that far.
if it was the biological dad, he could at least tell you, well, I don't care what
but
you
if
think.
you were
It's my
if you
kid.
were contributing to my kids, can I
There you
still
go.
sit here and
That's
say
where this all
that
comes
you're
from.
not gonna have that? I just said I
Hell
fucking
yeah.
spent $700 fucking on school shopping. Okay. No one helped me with that. So how are you gonna say that you're gonna hit my kids?
Alright, best. So just let me know when you close to this way, nigga. You know what I mean?
I'm listening. I'm making
Don't do
eye
that
contact
again.
with him. I'm talking to him.
I don't care. You're on the podcast and nobody's swearing
But
at
he
you.
has
Nobody's
absolutely
yelling.
no problem,
Whatever.
and I'm talking to him. Me and him are making eye contact. He's shaking his head in agreement, and you have a
Here's the
problem.
thing. I do have a problem. You're not going to disrespect my host. Period.
You want
He doesn't feel
Relax.
disrespected.
I don't give a fuck. What
Do you
what
feel
do you think?
disrespected?
Listen,
really guys want some?
right now you're raising your voice and it's kind of,
Well,
like,
go ahead,
yo,
bro.
why? I'm talking to you nice, calm. I didn't shut at you one time.
You was just shaking your head and agreeing at me until he said something.
I said me and the guy.
Here, okay?
Shit, I don't know. I said me and the guys fucking captured the trip last night and shit
But
too.
on the platform, just keep it chill, all right? Here we go.
Don't swear at him again.
Yeah.
That's going to be the first and last time I tell you.
Everybody's been swearing the whole time, but since we're
here's the
talking
thing, you're
about
swearing
it,
at me
Thanks
and
for
trying to,
going
I'm
by,
just trying to come up aggressive, whatever. Yo, this ain't for fucking debate, bro. Who show are you on?
honestly, fuck you and your show.
Okay,
my
then
nigga.
get the fuck out of here.
I will get the fuck out of here.
Oh.
It's given you ain't get pussy until you was 20-something years old.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
It was actually 18. You should watch the show and figure it out.
Alright.
Anyway, go ahead.
18.
Get the fuck out of here. You look like a clown.
Who looks like a clown?
You. Get out of
I
here.
look better than any bitch you ever been with. Look at you. Look at you. You run
Check
a
out the
show
full
on,
motherfucker.
literally.
You look
run a
wild right
show.
I'm about to see it. I see. I
on
think the guy coming up trying to get paid today.
Ja, probeert ook een mes te
What does
maken.
that say about you? Pussy ass nigga.
You look like you're a fucking clown. Get out of here.
I'm a clown. and
Yes, you are. You look wild right now.
I'll get this bitch. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You don't know who the fuck.
Oh, you'll do what?
Now,
You'll
you
do
heard me.
what?
You heard me.
You'll do
Loud
what?
and clear.
Get it shut up.
You heard me.
Yo.
Loud and clear, my nigga.
Okay, bring him
What
back.
you talking about?
Get him. Bring him
What you
back.
talking about?
Bring him back.
It won't be tonight, nigga.
And I don't
It's
miss.
gonna be a night that's
Yup.
gonna be
Do it.
successful,
Do
bitch.
it. Threat me again. Do it. Do it. Fantastic. I don't miss, bitch. Do it. Do it. Do it. Yep. I do. Come back. Come back. It's gonna be the end for you. Come back. Come back, you dumb bitch. This is Florida. Stand your ground. Come back.
Is this military?
I'll end you and whoever the fuck you bring out here. Do it. Do it. Woo. Get the fuck out of here, man. Ratchet ass host. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back, and it's gonna be the end for you and him. I promise you.
Zero to 100 real
Like,
quick.
come back.
Okay, sorry. Hoe doe
Hey.
dan?
So, ladies,
I know that reaction. I know that
now
reaction.
that I have all your attention. Jeez, man.
Bro, I was trying to avoid that because I saw it. I was like, I'm gonna stay calm. I'm gonna be nice because she was getting heated, bro. She was mad.
Yeah.
So
You know what? It's her kids, bro. I get it. It's like it's her kids.
That's why I was like, yo, I'm not feeling comfortable like, dwelling on this like personal marriage
but to be
situation.
real,
Not the
like,
first time.
The guy that she's dating, bro, I guarantee you, bro, she don't have no, you know what it is? She doesn't at least, what's the word? She doesn't respect him enough to say, you know what? He's helping me. He's helping her in a way. Maybe not a lot, but on some level he is. So it's like, it's tough, man. It's tough.
But I don't know, girls, if you agree with me from a female point of view. Would you be with someone who you cannot speak nicely about? Would you be like, and she said that she's
Definitely
paying
not.
for everything. So why do you need him to go to your room
Catch me
every
outside.
day?
Why are you talking so
Like,
big?
fuck
Catch me
that.
outside,
I didn't
nigga.
understand that.
Moving
catch me
away from like
outside.
any personal situation though, but it brings up an interesting point when I was being asked around, you know, like a woman being wifey material. Another thing is that a point I didn't bring up is that your wife represents you even when you're not there.
Yeah.
Right. So if I'm not physically present somewhere, like I wouldn't even want to. The idea of like my wife like talking down about like she should be like your biggest cheerleader, biggest support.
Yes,
not say a
exactly.
bad word about you in public, not clown you in public, so on and so
Maybe
forth.
behind the scenes, but not on a platform like this with 13 people watching.
No. And you know, and if you're not there, you shouldn't be thinking, oh, is she like talking crap about me or whatever. You should,
You
you
should
should just
never
be secure
worry
in that
about it.
regard. And it should be vice versa by the same. Like
'Cause
I'm not gonna, you know, if it's just my girlfriend, right? Like if I got a girlfriend, I'm not gonna be, I will not say a bad word publicly
You wouldn't even think about it
her.
to humiliate
I wouldn't think about it. If we got some personal issue, we can talk, but I wouldn't.
Because
so that's not
I
a good
guarantee
sign.
you, bro, he brought her here after he cheated to kind of make up for what he did, and by the same time for her to hear what we got to say. But however, Myron definitely pressed her because guess what? It's true. Is he happy in that scenario? Probably not. That's why he cheated. That's all I'm saying. But,
I think most people know that given. I think most people respect the person they claim and not want to be embarrassed and humiliated by them. I also think what happened was the personalities with her and you. I just think she was getting really offended being told that he was at a disadvantage. And she was just trying to assert that it was a decision on both of their parts. So
yeah.
That's all. And you know, he's triggered. You're not gonna disrespect.
Well, no, she said she's gonna come back.
Reaction.
She said she's gonna come back and shoot up the place. I was like, fantastic. I've been waiting to use my guns.
That's
come
what
back.
I'm saying. You can
I will
tell.
fucking end you and whoever you bring over here. Let me make this very clear. If anybody ever tries to do some shit, I don't fucking miss. Come back, former federal agent. I will fucking gladly end your life if you come on this shit trying to start some shit. That dumb bitch, whoever she decides, fantastic. Come back, Panorama Tower. I'll end any of you motherfuckers. Do not ever threaten my life like that. I will fucking kill you. I don't give a shit.
I'm
Who
the
the
same
fuck
way.
it is.
Let's
If
chill.
that dumb bitch is watching it right now.
Yo, I want you guys to hit 1 million subscribers and not get yeeted. From Let's not.
Self-defense, but yeah.
Someone will chop that clip and like edit it up and be like, "Yo, Myron's threatening."
Yeah, because
to murder people.
And, it's just that at this point, self-defense is a floor to stand your ground. It's like, I'll come back and shoot this place up. Fantastic. Go ahead. Come try. So, but anyway, yeah, dude, she got triggered because I just said the truth. She doesn't respect her husband. Any girl that talks about her guy like that in a public, forum, whatever it may be, and there's a bunch of reasons for it, but it's very obvious. Like, I gotta call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
She doesn't respect her guy because he doesn't provide for her to his degree. She pays half and half, which is why she's in her masculine energy operating that way.
Right.
And guys, I tell you guys all the time on this fucking pod, your girl is a mirror reflection of your inadequacies. If your girl disrespects you or acts fucking wild, 9 out of 10 times is because you aren't measuring up as a guy. If her husband is watching this shit, bro, you got to step your game up. You just saw what the hell happened here.
On a
All right?
podcast.
On a podcast with 10,000 plus people watching, she embarrassed the fuck out of you.
Bro, she swung
All
on
right?
Anwar.
She slapped one of our guys. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, yeah, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you got to reevaluate what the fuck you're doing. Like, honestly, if you're watching, bro, this is all love here. You need to reevaluate what you're doing.
You brought her here for us to help her? I don't think so, bro.
Nah, man, that's the L. You need to get the hell out of here.
She's on air talking about she gonna shoot up the place and shit like that.
Nigga,
Come on,
you
man.
need to leave.
Stupid, man.
You need to leave. And you know what? She probably gonna try to drag you to do it. That's what I'm trying to say, bro. Like, these ratchet chicks will like try to get you to do their fight for them. Oh, come, fuck this. These niggas talk shit about me, blah, blah. So crazy about you that she gonna expect you to put your life on the line for her when she don't even respect you.
And then she'll fuck her baby daddy afterwards. Right? So, oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, he dead, but yeah, I'm with you, nigga. You know what I'm
He's in
saying?
the fence now.
No, it's true though. It's facts. I see all the fucking time.
Man, yo,
I
this
see the whole fucking
fucking
time.
comedy, bro.
Well, she's gone now. Video uploaded right now on Patreon. It will be there in 2 minutes. So cool, watch it right now. But that was wild.
Yeah, fucking ratchet ass chick, bro.
Kept coming in between with GBN and shit.
Yeah,
Niggas that
shout
be for
out to
GBN to
Anwar,
slide
man.
on us and shit. Niggas that we be for slide on GBN flag with being in the same cup.
Yo, honestly, I would have rather her slap me than fucking say some dumb shit like that. I'm gonna come
We
back.
gotta go
shoot this
change this
place
shit
yo.
up.
Okay.
Fuck with the yellow though.
What was
let's
your
see
next
here.
move if she slapped
Fuck with
you?
the yellow.
Definitely do, yeah.
What was your next move?
Me? No, I would have hit her
I
back.
fuck
So
with the white.
everybody in the I fuck with the white too. Everybody in Misfits got yellow now.
We never hit
Yeah,
her.
yellow.
But if she comes in here with a gun, well, that's different. Okay, where we at?
1 second.
I know the chat's about to go. They're probably going crazy right now over this shit. Huh?
Wow.
They're going insane? Yeah. Okay, I'm a professor at Berkeley. I'll show you the ropes, bro. Okay, that's from... Oh, yeah, Von B. He is a professor at Berkeley. Shout out to him, man. $50 from Charles Roberts goes, $50. Myron, you talked the other day about stacking dates. A few weeks ago, I stacked 3 dates for 1 weekend. Fresh is the one that does that. And all 3 girls flaked and talking mad game about wanting to smash SMH, irrational and emotional beings. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's girls flake all the time. That's how it is.
Just stack more dates, my friend.
Yeah.
Shanti says, check the study, the paradox of declining women's happiness. More women are in college, more women in the career field. Women have supposed freedom than the oppressed era, yet why are modern women more depressed?
That's Jerry Selleritz goes, Poland and Blondie 304. The hell? Okay. Jay Martin, $50 goes, she said, go hustle and a trumpet mixtape. Louis Armstrong, you jazz fans will get the joke. Okay. Where we at here? And we got here, Yvette Simonis. Imagine playing stepdad only for that kid to accuse the stepdad of something crazy. Yeah, that's happened before. When that kid becomes upset about something to her husband, if you're listening, she would not be married to you if she did not have kids. Think about that.
All right, King Life, there you go.
And then King Life goes, she has more tats than a Mexican gangster, and you married her, bro, and she got kids from another nigga. You taking a whole L, man. We don't claim it. Yeah, I mean, bro. I mean, if you guys watch this podcast, we tell y'all all the time, single moms are recreational use only, but that's me. Venom 23, whose safe games is this? Yo. Yeah. Venom 23, whose safe games is this? Yo. Yeah, save game of Grand Theft Auto Vice City. God damn, man. Or no, actually, in this case, San Andreas probably is more.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Jay Martin goes, Miss Blonde, due respect, this is not a personal counseling session. There are other ladies that probably would like to speak. The solipsism is real.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is what it is. Jay Peasy, Blonde ungrateful wife, this is what you do. This what he do for you. Isaiah 4:1 goes, in that day, 7 women will take hold of one man and say, we will eat our own food and provide our own clothes. Only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. Okay. I mean, Zoom, you're the religious guy here. Do you?
Well said.
Do you know? Is that like a Bible verse, or?
Yeah. So basically, he's saying like women will stand on their own and say, "I'm independent. I'm a boss, babe. We don't need men." Basically.
Okay. Didn't the husband told her, "Don't make me look like a fool"? Sheesh.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, he did say that. Yo, don't embarrass me.
Too late,
bro. If you're watching, man, bro, what are you doing?
Oh, he gonna pick her up.
Don't send your girl on Fresh and Fit if you're having problems.
Yeah, he gonna pick her up.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. We've it goes both ways. It's like if it's good, like we've had it before where like girls are in a bad relationship with their guy, and we'll be like, yo, do you know what kind of guy you got? You got a good dude. And they'll like realize, okay, I don't want to go back to the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they'll appreciate what they have. I think the problem is that a lot of girls have this hubris where they think that I can do better, but you really can't. I don't know if you guys noticed this. She said, I can get a rich guy. Yeah, a rich guy to fuck you, not to take you seriously. And I think a lot of girls like conflate a man giving you sexual attraction with relationship attraction, and they are not the same.
Those concentric circles.
Yeah.
Number of women a guy might sleep with versus date seriously versus consider marrying.
Yeah.
Super slim.
Big
Are there any like big signs or hints that women would know this guy takes me seriously? How is there anything that would tell us that?
Yeah. That's a good one.
Are we waiting for the guy that runs to open the door?
That's a good question. That's a good question, actually.
You got it.
Yeah, we can each add something. I mean, I would say one thing is just spending time. Like time is valuable.
Right.
Time's very very
valuable.
Yeah, time is extremely valuable. So spending genuine time, not distracted time. Not I'm there on my phone and I'm kind of talking to you time, like genuinely wanting to spend that time with you and carving it out of his busy schedule to do so. That's certainly a good sign. I'll let Myron and Fresh jump in as well with the
question answer.
I would say most guys you can't really tell unless they're putting an effort in a way that makes sense. So let me explain. A guy that's into you will spend time with you 100%. However, is it just in bed at his crib? He don't really care that much. But if he's planning, let's take a trip to Orlando, let's go overseas, you know what? I need quality time with you alone. That quality time, like you said earlier, is important. So if you're spending time planning dates with you in detail, it's planned up because he cares about you. Now, just add to that point as well, if he cares about you, he'll also ask, like, how's your life going? Like, what's up with you? How's your family? And then he will take action to make sure that it's good. Like, for example, babe, it's been hard this week, and like, I don't know what you do with this, like, project, whatever. I got you. What is it? All right, we'll figure it out. he's actively planning and caring about you, but take action by showing you that he cares.
Mhm.
So
And he'll integrate you into his life more.
Yeah.
He'll integrate you into it, and he'll be willing to kind of go deeper in conversations, right? If you just have a superficial relationship with a girl and you just think she's hot, or you're just dating or whatever, you're not really that interested in certain conversations. You're not going to be particularly caring. You're right. You only need to get to know and care to know on a certain level, right? You're not trying to get real deep on like, okay, what are her values and her views on this and her, it's just like it stays more superficial.
Right.
And if a dude's not serious, I think he'll try to keep it at that level. He'll
Right,
kind of
intentionally.
keep it more at bay rather than trying to get too deep and heavy into stuff.
guys, by the way, the video's up now on Patreon. So if you want to see the video, Frank Castle, it's up right now.
Man, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
With the podcast you guys do, what percentage does a girl get kicked off on?
Yo, we actually have the numbers on that. Mo,
you got stats?
Yeah, we actually have to keep the stats on it. We've kicked off 104 girls on the show.
Wow. It should be about 105 now.
Out of how many shows?
1,500 girls.
And this is out of 1,560 girls.
Yeah.
Okay, so
104 out of 1,560 girls.
Okay.
Yeah, what's that percent? Somebody
like
okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
About 7%. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember last time I was on, the girl next to me got kicked off.
Oh, it was the Kasha 6'9". Yeah. It was the girl the girl that had the tattoos on her face.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
So as soon as I came in, I was like, she's gonna get kicked off.
6%.
It's 6%. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, it's always the hood ratchet girls, bro. Like, cause the thing is like it all started with her like swearing at Fresh. I was like, what the fuck? Like, who the hell?
And also, she got triggered at what we're saying. Look, we get it. Words can hurt, so to speak, but like, bro, don't take it personal.
Emotional.
If you're so confident that it's working, then what you care? What we gotta say?
Right.
It's like, bro.
Yeah, she was
So obviously, it isn't working. Just keeping it aside.
It's not.
I think we all agree.
I have a question after
Lessons
that.
learned.
Yeah. Stop the bull. Oh no, you want to answer it?
Yes. How?
Yeah, I mean, no. They answered it perfectly. Him integrating you into his life is a big part of it.
Okay.
But he's not going to integrate you in his life if you're not coachable, which is like how it all starts. Like a lot of girls are like, "Oh, I'm strong, I'm independent, I could do this, I could do that, blah blah blah." And a lot of girls aren't an asset. A lot of girls are a liability. So if a girl's a liability, I'm not going to integrate her into my life.
So do you guys have like a trial period or certain tests you do, or do men ever fall in love at first sight?
At least once a year. I want to say 1 full year.
Yeah, we tell them
minimum.
Yeah, but a lot of guys do fall. Like, let's keep it 1,000. A lot of guys are simps, so they're gonna fall in love at first sight. But that's always gonna set you up for a bruising. Girls don't appreciate what they don't work for. Most women don't have to work for male attention and/or male validation. So a lot of girls like take it for granted. Like this chick here, got a marriage, didn't respect it because she don't respect him.
Yep.
But if a guy of value, a guy that you actually want, a guy that brings something to the table, you're typically gonna have to work for that guy. And that's when women operate the best. To be honest, is when they have to work for it. Most girls are, take men for granted. If I'm going to be all the way 1,000.
And you might say it may take some time, but think about it this way: if I wait for you and I know that you're the right person, I'm gonna go all out. But if I jump into it and I don't know who you really are, then it's like I'm fucking myself up. So
yeah. Men take more risk when it comes to relationships, so it's on the guy to make sure he vets that girl correctly, that she's worthy of a relationship. Because at the end of the day, men are the gatekeepers to relationships. Women are the gatekeepers to sex. So guys need to, take that very, very seriously, which girl they give a title, because a girl can come into your life and fuck it up, man. She really can.
And then could you imagine every girl that came to you, you wifed up? That's weird. So you gotta wait and see, is she a hoe or not? Cool.
Yeah.
Now I know.
So are you guys single?
Yeah.
I love this question on air for everyone to hear.
Yes.
Single? Oh, someone's unclaimed out there.
I don't disclose my status.
Yeah, but you guys got to remember that, like, when girls ask that, are you single? That's like me asking, like, are you fucking people right now? Like, that doesn't, you got to remember, we're the ones that give the relationships out.
Right, but you haven't given one out, is what you're saying.
Because most girls aren't worthy.
Yeah.
Do you think that living in Miami or being in the industry you're in has anything
general,
to do
women
with
aren't
that?
worthy. Most girls are not worthy of a relationship.
You think you'd have the same opinion in like a different industry or country, maybe even?
No, not even. It's not even
You don't
industry.
think it's Miami bias at all?
Not at all. We've brought girls on from almost all 50 states. And
U.S. bias heavy though.
42 states.
U.S. Yeah, 42 different states.
42 different states.
So here's the thing, and it doesn't matter education level, background, etc. Typically, if a girl comes from Western countries, has Western ideals, a lot of the times she has a lot of traits that make her, how do I say this? not the best
Not
candidate
ideal.
for a relationship.
Dude, there's a lot of the thing is there's a lot of we live in a very heavily feminist influenced society. Like if you've grown up in the West, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you know it or not, or you identify as a feminist or not, like the feminist bullcrap is in everything. It's been there our entire lives and prior to it. And it really affects things. Like
Right.
the West is the global anomaly.
Right,
Like
but-
the way stuff is here or in the UK or in Canada or in Australia, that's not the global norm, man. It's
But
really
we
not
could
the
go
norm.
on with the whole with that feminization ruining relationships. I mean, there's the feminization of men. I mean,
course.
that's ruining. There's a whole lot of things. But what do you think? What do you think our actions should
hold
be?
on, hold on. You can't gloss over that. Like,
Well, we're putting so much emphasis
feminism
on the
is the
feminine.
Guys do, and it's really stupid, and they end up in bad situations. But that's how it is. So, but to answer the question specifically, obviously, first thing, physical attraction, and that is.
Oh shit, my fault, y'all. Hell yeah, bro, I hear you. Hell yeah, bro, I hear you. Yeah. So I got the gun so big it hit a hit boy like an elephant down. I said, damn, that's a big ass gun.
Ja, toch. Zeg maar welke. Mij maakt niet uit, man. Mijn Engels is niet goed, dus ja, Nederlands is wel goed.
How long do you have?
Ik hoor hem niet, man.
Maar dan moeten we even een server hebben waar veel mensen op zitten.
Amsterdam roleplay dan toe, mensen.
Ja, maar gaan daar ook mensen veel naar de...
184 mensen op die roleplay. Amersfoort roleplay, 192. Kijk maar hoor.
Kom naar Amsterdam.
Maar, ai. Daar zitten dingen nu en zo, die QC chat man.
Ja man.
Wacht 2 seconden.
Vanmiddag was er een wachtrij, ik hoop niet nu. Ja, 11. Oh,
¡Vete a la chingada!
so much emphasis
Feminism
on
is the root cause of a lot of the problems. The feminization of men is a direct byproduct of feminism in the first place.
Is it?
Yes, because this is.
Because I'm the type that takes it super deep. Like I just think there's a propaganda in place to split people up. I mean,
Okay,
that's just
it's
me.
very simple. Feminism came in and it made women equal on paper, right?
Okay.
So women enter the workforce, make more money.
Right.
Well, to make money and become successful and chase a career, you have to have masculine traits. You have to be a go-getter, assertive, dominant, competitive, etc. These are masculine traits, whether women want to accept it or not. Women become more masculine. By default, men either have to become more masculine and or become more feminized. Well, we live in a society now that tells guys, be soy boys, be soft, be in touch with your feelings, be vulnerable. All this pussy shit, right? And what happens is the men get emasculated, the women become masculine. This girl right here, perfect example of that. I get my own money, blah, blah, blah. If you notice, when she went on her masculine tirade, what did she acknowledge? All of her finances, what she does, her independence. She immediately went to that. Traditionally, feminine women don't do that. But when a woman's put in a position where she's got to provide, she's got a provision, etc., masculine traits, she takes on masculine qualities. You guys literally just watched it just now, right now, in front of you in 4K. And that is the root that is feminism. That is the end product of what feminism has done. It's told women to be more like men, and it's acceptable.
So my question is, what do you guys think would be the affirmative action to the situation at hand? Are we just out of hope, or do we have to raise our children to be more traditional?
Very good question.
Or do we just accept that relationships are doomed?
Fresh looks like he's got something to say.
You know, it just clicked to me who she was, and Chris confirmed it just now.
Yeah, she told
that
me.
is Fetty Wap's baby mama.
Stop.
So Fetty Wap-
Really?
I was like,
Damn it, she just
I met
roasted
you somewhere
him.
before, but it was Fetty Wap.
She told me before the
so
show.
that's actually
So
his baby mama. I was like, damn, that makes sense.
Yeah, baby.
So
Trap queen.
Trap queen. There you go.
Yeah, she told me before.
And he's in
before the
jail right now,
show,
so it makes sense.
I didn't even know Fetty Wap was in jail.
Yeah, he's jail right now.
He went down for drugs.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
He went down for. I broke down that case. They got him dead to rights on a drug conspiracy.
Story didn't make sense.
Wow, he's over here like.
So there you go.
Yep. Like, yeah.
1738.
Wow, that's interesting.
Bruh,
Okay.
like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a
Gets
fucking
deeper.
embarrassment, bro. I would not want like my girl wilding out on some podcast. Like, what the fuck? Like, ridiculous. All right.
Okay, so the question was, what's
Embarrassing.
the action we can take to kind of like, I guess, curb this feminism?
Right.
So,
I guess.
Right now, I would say not much because it's too far gone. And think about it. Women have gotten this far. Are they going to go back? Hell no. They're independent. They're boss babes. They're doing their shit. We're finally equal or even above men at this point. So why go back?
Go back to Barbados, go back to Nigeria, go back to Sudan.
So leave the country, guys.
Go to your parents
for
and tell
happy
them,
marriage.
okay, mom and dad, I'm ready to get married. Boom, you'll have a wife within like a couple of weeks.
I think life always like balances itself out. So I think at some point, like females just felt so not, free. They couldn't get an education. They couldn't vote. They couldn't do anything. So that pushed this masculine energy. But now that it's
You're
being
right.
overpowered, now
You're
we're
right.
going to be like, actually, I do just want to stay home and take care of the kids and be taken care of.
We're living through a massive overcorrection. I was saying this in the previous podcast, and there are many things which we can acknowledge. Okay, in the past were inequitable or unfair in some regards, or people, whether race, gender, sexuality, whatever, people were discriminated against in certain ways, and we're now living in this weird overcorrection of the past decade, especially, where things have gone like way too hard in this opposite direction. And I think long term, hopefully we can moderate. But I think in the short term, to answer your question, I think people just as individuals need to be real about, okay, like what do you even want? Because people are different. Some people are like super liberal, super progressive, like anti-marriage. It's like, cool, if that's what you genuinely want and that's how you're wired, you don't have to get married. You don't have to have kids. You can do whatever. Like, you can live that life. But I just say think long and hard about what you're doing. If you're someone who's like more traditional, more conservative, there are still millions of people, even in this country. Miami might not be the best place for this to be real, right? But there are way more traditional minded people actually in the US than there are in the UK, for example. Some of it's just a factor of population. So yeah, you've got all the madness and the craziness, but you've still got millions and millions of people out there who would share your values,
Stay
whatever they
optimistic,
are, and
guys.
so on. So work it out. And you've also got a big wide world out there. So honestly, if you need to bounce to another country or go explore that, then do it.
Do you guys think that because of what, like, how people are getting heartbroken and stuff, like, girls are acting, like, more, like, masculine and stuff, so they, like, don't want to, like, get hurt and stuff? So it's, like, we have to pull up this, like, bad bitch, like, front, like, when, like, realistically we are, like, emotionally damaged, but it's, like, we're putting up this front, so it's, like...
Well, I think the truth is that, man, okay, this is good. This is not going to be popular. But I was thinking about this recently. I don't think that human beings are designed to go through, like, tons of breakups and that kind of like relationship drama. It's actually very unnatural. So I don't think it's kind of surprising or shocking. I mean, never before in my life have I heard so many people using terms like trauma and like PTSD and damage and baggage and all and this. And I think like we're not really designed to like go through all that, like, have all these relationships and heavy breakups and this and this and this. Like that's not how human beings have operated at any time in history.
Well said.
Right. So when you experience like a hard breakup, I mean, I think your body almost processes it kind of like a death. Right. Oh, like it's very, very hard on people. It's like, whoa. And then as a result, as you were saying, I think naturally if that happens to someone like over and over and over again, and society is telling people like, yeah, just go out there, just like do whatever. And that, you know, we can't, people are trying to like untangle sex from emotions, from relationships, from childbearing and whatever, and trying to atomize everything and silo it all off in all these different ways. And it's not how human beings are wired, to be real. It's not how human beings are wired. It's absolutely not how women are wired, right?
Yeah.
To just be able to go out and, oh yeah, just go and, you know, just have sex with 100 guys and don't get emotionally attached. It's like, no, you're meant to get emotionally attached.
Yeah.
Like sex is supposed to emotionally attach people.
Especially
And so
for
on.
women.
Yes. Like
They're
that's,
far more
that's
likely.
supposed to happen. There's a biological reason for that. It's supposed to happen because sex is linked to procreation, right? And we're trying to like separate all these things out. And you can in some ways, but biology is always real, right? You can't beat biology. Biology just exists, and you can try to come up with all your intellectual theories and academic philosophies and whatever to push what you want, but it doesn't work. Just the other day, I was hearing someone talking about like polyamory, right? The guy talking about polyamory or whatever, and he was, you know, almost sounding like sad and disappointed that like it didn't work for him because he kept feeling really. I'm like, of course you feel jealous. You're meant to be jealous, right? It's not some natural situation. Yeah, oh, I really have deep feelings for this woman. I really like this woman, and she goes off and she's getting banged by another dude, and you're just okay. If you're okay with that, you've got an issue, bro. Like you've got something wrong with you. Like that's not, oh, I didn't do the work to be okay with it. It's like, no, jealousy has a purpose, right? It's not, there's a wrong expression of it if it's expressed at the wrong time, but you're supposed to feel that. Like that's a normal, natural thing. So I don't know. I just think we're trying to treat human beings like these weird AIs or robots or something and just like disconnect and fragment everything. And then people are suddenly surprised that, oh, people have mental health issues. It's like, yeah, of course you have mental health issues. Look at your life, right? And we don't want to be real about these things. And if you speak honestly about it, people like, you know, people get upset. And I understand people get upset, but I think if you want to make things better, you actually got to be able to have these conversations and agree and disagree and work things out. And man, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm ever the optimist.
So, controversial take here, because you brought up a good point. I genuinely think that men progress from breakups while women regress from breakups. And what I mean by that is that when typically women initiate breakups, we know this. I mean, how many of you guys have been broken up with? Probably 1 or 2 times in your lifetime, but you probably broke up with a majority of the time, the guys when you did break up. So the thing is that when guys get broken up with, they understand that they were inadequate to a degree. When women break up with a guy, they felt that they were too adequate for that guy to a degree. But the problem is that what girls don't realize is you break up with that guy, well, now you got another notch in your belt. You've dealt with some, you know, trauma to some degree, right? Trauma typically builds men up, but it hurts women. And then on top of that, you're going to go ahead and try to get another guy. But as you get older and you get more experience as a woman, your value goes down. I know, oh my God, that's fucked up. Well, I don't make the rules, I just report them. Men typically value inexperience while women value experience. Men want a girl that's inexperienced, women want a guy that is experienced. So does it make you more attractive when you've been in relationships with a bunch of guys and you've broken up with them and etc.? Women typically, the thing is that we don't tell women the truth. That, yo, the more bodies you collect, the more relationships that you're in, the more trauma that you suffer, it makes you worse. No, it makes me stronger. No, it makes you worse because some other guy's gonna have to come in and deal with those broken pieces.
Now you're jaded.
No, you know what I mean?
You might even hate men.
Struggle builds men, it destroys women.
Do you know I have a lot of beefs with modern day feminism, but do you know one of the biggest ones is that funnily enough, I think it's very anti-woman in many ways, because essentially what it's done is it's trained and told the lie that women should basically be men, should value exactly the same things, behave in exactly the same way. So it's like brought women, rather than telling women to like, or encouraging women to embrace their femininity and feminine traits, it's kind of like, no, you need to compete with men. You need to compete with men on every level.
They
and
shame
enter
it.
into this. Exactly.
If a girl says, "I want to be a mom,"
exactly,
you stupid bitch.
Yeah, they claim that
you
it's
don't want to
all-
get a career.
Yes, they claim it's about choice,
Are you
but
a
actually,
slave?
when you
Yeah.
make certain choices, when you make certain traditional choices, these same people who are claiming they want you to have the choice, they'll get mad at you, right? No man is going to get mad at a woman for saying she wants to. I just want to be a homemaker. I want to be a mom and raise my kids and just stay at home and do my stuff, right? No dude is going to shame that, right? It's going to be certain types of women who go after that, right? And I think that's one of the biggest issues. So I think that many people, both men and women, are not happy because they've essentially been sold a lie. Like, you've been told that, okay, to be a woman of value, I need to do exactly the same things that a man of value was. I need to step into my masculinity, and I need to
be a
behave more
boss.
that way. Yeah, I need to act more that way. And it's just like, no, like, you can do that. Yo, you're free. Like, you can make that choice. But as we were saying before, you can't keep playing this game where you want to have like the good things of the tradition and the natural order and the gender roles, but you also want to have this like complete egalitarian thing where when it suits you, and you balk at the idea of like the man being the head of the household or taking charge of something, and you think that's misogynistic and this and that. But then when certain things hit the fan, or in other ways, that's absolutely what you want him to do. It's just weird. It's confusing. It's deranging. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And ultimately, I just look at the results, right? And are people happier now than they were in the past? Studies don't seem to show that. Just observing. I mean, what percentage of the adult population here is on isn't like 25% of adult women in the U.S. are on antidepressants or something?
Yeah.
That's
anti-medication. Anti-anxiety.
like that's wild.
And
that's wild.
That's the ones that actually report that they're on it.
Yeah. So,
a lot more.
What about men?
There's something going on. I don't know what the
Curious.
number
I
is
don't
for
know,
men,
I'm
but I know
curious.
the biggest killer of men, suicide.
Suicide.
Right. So clearly, in both genders, there's something.
Both genders suffer from it.
There's something going on there. So, man, I don't know. And then you add technology into the mix.
Yeah, let's not.
I just think it's a scary thing.
But
to-
everyone be optimistic.
Yeah, man. No, there's a lot to be optimistic about. I think we live. So many of the problems that we have are problems of abundance and of comfort and of new technology and whatever, right? What we're saying is that it's become very easy to survive in our society, to the point where, I mean, imagine 100 years ago, women saying, "Oh, we don't need men." It's like, well, good luck, right? Whereas now it's like a woman can say that, and on an individual level, it may be true. On a societal level, it's still absolutely false. Right?
But they're cheer that girl for saying, "I don't need any guy," even though that's not rooted in reality whatsoever. Like, if I'm going to be all the way 1,000, women don't create shit. They just consume. And if you guys want to call me a sexist asshole, 80% of the consumer base is female. 3/4 of the debt is held by women. Men, however, create all the buildings, all the structures, all the modern conveniences that we enjoy nowadays. We're all created by men. Men create, women extract. That's how it is. Men create the resource, women extract the resources. And that's how it is. And I'm not knocking that. But for women to go around, especially like crazy feminists, no, men are useless. We don't need them, blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you really think that, cool. But your infrastructure would 100% go down because women don't want those jobs.
The thing is, men and women are not meant to compete on everything. That's one of the wildest things that's being pushed. Like, I do not compete with women, period. I don't really compete with anybody. I just do me.
Yeah.
But like, the idea that men and women are just supposed to like compete, we literally complement each other, right? You look at the strengths and weaknesses of a man, the strengths and weaknesses of women in general, they complement each other. It's not by accident that it takes both to create another human being. Like, it's supposed to be like that. We're not meant to be identical. We're not meant to be like go head to head and toe to toe and have this gender war or whatever nonsense is going on. It's like, as you were talking to about the division agenda, I absolutely believe it. I think, there are people trying to fragment society in as many different ways as possible.
Agreed.
Right? And it's not conducive to anything positive. But I do think generally we need to get out of this frame of like men and women always being in this like battle or war and this gender war and this. I'm like, yo, that's not even what it's meant to. That's not what it's meant to be. Like, I don't appreciate women. Like, you appreciate men and women differently. Like in a society, as a society, as a culture, as a country, there are things that men do, and there are things that are like 95, 99% male, right? Like men just do that thing, and that's cool. There are things that are 100. Every single person on this earth and who has ever walked this planet was birthed by a woman.
Yep.
That's a big freaking deal, right? That's a big deal. That's not misogynistic or sexist. That's like, yo, that's a superpower.
Yep.
That's incredible, right? You want to talk like we talked about what men create. What do women create? Women create everybody.
Yeah.
Women create people.
And but that's shamed.
Yeah, and
that's shamed.
And that's shame. That's you're reducing women to that biological function. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I have sisters, I have a mother, I have nieces. Like, I love women, but I love women for being women.
Yeah.
Right? Not for being men or wannabe men or whatever.
They
It's
can't
like,
do
yo,
it,
just
and
be a
even
woman.
if they try, they don't want to do it. You don't see women in construction. You don't see
No,
women
they don't
inventors.
want to.
They don't want to do any of that stuff. Bro, we had a girl.
I know one girl, man.
I kid you not, bro. We had a girl. We had a couple girls come on the show before that majored in like engineering or they majored in like construction management or whatever. You want to know what's funny? None of them did a job in it.
No.
Nope.
Even though they would be able to get the job, they're like, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it. They got a degree in it, but they didn't want to do it. And that's fine.
That's fine.
But that's just the truth. Like, women are not interested in that shit.
I just want to clarify, because you guys put a lot of emphasis on how it's encouraged for women to not need men. But
Yeah.
what you guys don't consciously realize is most of the time, like when women tell that to other women, they don't necessarily mean we do not biologically need men. What they're saying is you need to be so secure with who you are before you can find a man. And I just want to say that you guys might not realize it, but it might go both ways. But basically, you guys are more attracted to us when we don't give a fuck about you. As soon as we're doing everything you want us to do, you take it for granted. And you guys might feel the same about women. I don't know. But I feel like if you are a little hard to get, the man tries harder to get you. So it's like, so they teach you as a woman not to need a man so that you can be sure of yourself.
Who's they?
And you attract men. That's well, you guys are just saying they, capital T. They teach women you don't need a man and it's encouraged.
Well, that's feminism. Is the they is modern day feminism is what it is. That's what teaches women to have this mindset of being strong and independent. You don't need a man. When the thing is,
because I don't think most women are feminists. There's a movement of women who are feminists, but most women who encourage other women to not need a man are strictly saying emotionally, know yourself.
No, they're feminists when it suits them. Those are the same girls that like they'll sit there and say I'm equal to a man, I don't need a man. Then they'll go on a date with a guy, and then the check will come, and they'll like pretend to reach for their wallet, but they really won't. Like the thing is this: a lot of girls are selectively feminists. That's the truth. They'll sit there and they'll be like, I'm empowered, I'm strong and independent, blah, blah, blah. But they still want a man that's stronger,
But I
better
don't
than
think
them,
those
etc.
women are feminists. They're just having to be strong and having to take care of themselves.
I just said it. They pick and choose when they want to be feminists. Just like a lot of girls pick and choose when they want to be equal.
I'm like, but I don't feel like they want to be feminists. I don't feel like the majority of women are feminists. I think that that's a movement of a percentage of women, but most women want a man to be masculine.
No, but we're saying they don't go all the way. They just choose it.
They're
when it
selectively
benefits them.
feminist.
So, like, for example, you know what? I get benefit here, I'll be feminist. You know what? I don't get it over here, I'm not.
I guess.
They just choose in and out.
Yeah, the one like what you're referring to is the radical pink hair. She's referring to like the radical pink hair feminists that are like, you have like indoctrinated misogyny, like dumb girls that use like stupid ass buzzwords like that. But what I am saying is that I've noticed that a lot of girls, especially women that go to college, like girls that are university educated, they're feminists when they want to be, and then they're traditional women when they want to be. So they pick and choose the roles. They're the same girls that I want you to hold the door for me, I want you to be a gentleman. Then you'll say something like make a sandwich. They're like, fuck you, make your own. See what I'm saying? Like they want to get the benefits of being a lady without necessarily having to be a lady on their end to the guy.
I just feel like your existence shouldn't solely like depend on a man or a woman. You know, like me as a woman, like I don't want to know that when my man leaves me, I'm not gonna know what to do. You know what I mean? So I want to be able to have that security. Obviously, balance it out but just in general, like me growing up with a single mom, I saw her like take care of everything. So I always saw myself as wanting to be somebody that could take care of everything, not for need, but just because I want to fulfill like the best version of myself.
I want to make this very clear. We tell girls all the time, go ahead, chase a career, make money. But what I am saying, and and what Zuby said earlier, is that it doesn't make you sexier. Like a man that's ambitious and has goals and makes money is sexy. A woman that does that is like fantastic. You're a girl that makes money.
I mean, I'll tell you something that is attractive is competence.
Competence.
Like just general competence.
Right. Yes.
Right. So, the ability to do things that are useful. Right. That might be in a job or earning potential or whatever, but just being competent more than like, I wouldn't use the term like ambitious or like high earning or whatever. Like those are more masculine qualities, but
and being intelligent is not competent. I know some of you guys might try to conflate it. Like no, there's a lot of intelligent women that are still stupid or they're educated and they're still dumb. Sorry.
No, that was it.
Okay, that was
Competence is a new concept. I like that.
And that's men and women. Like there's guys out there that are college educated that are still stupid too.
Yeah. I think as an adult, I think as an adult, whether you're a man or a woman, you should be competent
You must,
in certain basic functional areas.
Let's raise our children to be competent.
You should know how to listen. You should know how to express yourself and have a conversation. I think you should know how to cook. I will say as a man, like you should know how to, like on a basic level. If I meet someone who's like 30, 35, and whether they're a man or woman, if they don't know how to like cook a basic meal, I'm like, dude, like what have you been doing your whole life? Like, how do you not know how to just boil rice?
I can do noodles.
You can do noodles. But no, I think just like basic competencies. I think in either gender, that's just.
I think critical thinking is one that's huge as well.
Yep.
And I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I've come to realize that it's mostly guys that critical think, not necessarily women. And then there's a bunch of biological reasons for that. But like with guys, it's like they're more likely to like question certain norms, right? Go against the grain because men are okay with. Men could physically defend their points, right? With like women, it's like, nah, it's like, okay, let me go with the grain. Hell, we asked you guys earlier, what do you rate yourself? All of you guys aligned yourself typically with what the first girl said to not offend others. I don't want to come off as a weird bitch or, pompous. So let me say what all the other girls are saying. But on the other side, we've had girls come on and one girl says I'm a 10, next girl says I'm an 11, another girl, I think I'm perfect, blah, blah. So it really goes off of girls respond depending on who's in the room and what is said. So, but with guys though, right, they're more likely to exercise some critical thinking. Women are not. Women go to college. College a lot of times is, let's be honest, it's an indoctrination camp. This is coming from a guy that's college educated themselves. They tell you, go to school in general just teaches you how to be an employee, if you guys think about it. Right. Come in at this time. Okay, sit down, pay attention, read a book, study, etc. It teaches you how to become a better slave is what it teaches you how to do. It teaches you, it lacks the ability to have you think outside the box. And if you say anything that's not politically correct, that doesn't align with, social justice warrior views or being woke, you're considered a bigot or an asshole. College campuses nowadays are toxic as fuck.
Yeah.
They have feminist studies, lady studies. That's just straight on misandry camps is what it is. And a lot of girls, the other part too is like, real quick, anyone here know the definition of misandry?
Yes.
Well, I mean the girls.
You know
the definition of misandry?
I would have to translate it in Polish. Sorry, I don't know.
You know the definition of misandry?
I can Google it up.
Oh God.
Definitely not.
No.
Okay, real quick, have you guys heard the term misogyny before? Okay, what does misogyny mean?
I think it's just like when a guy's like narcissistic and they think he's like better.
Okay. What about you? You don't know? You've heard the term, but you don't know what it means?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, what about you? What does it mean?
I would say the same thing, like a narcissistic guy.
Okay.
No, I don't know what I mean.
Okay.
I need context clues.
Jesus Christ. All right, what about you?
Yeah, I like what they said.
Can't make this shit up. Can't make this up, bro. Can't make this up at all.
I like what they said, Fresh.
Should start separating us.
Right.
What was that?
I never heard that before.
You never heard that term before either?
Oh, yeah.
Well, in Poland, there's no such thing. That's just being a man. All right, ladies, misogyny is the hatred or contempt of women, and then misandry is the hatred or contempt of men.
Okay.
Is what it is. But everyone has heard misogyny here. None of you probably have heard misandry, right? Yeah.
It's like the opposite.
It's kind of
Yeah.
good that people weren't too familiar with the term misogyny, so it's not as
Yeah. Well, everyone here knows. They just don't know the definition.
Yeah.
It's common,
but they don't know what it means.
Yeah, girls will call me a misogynist. What does that mean? I don't know. Yeah, and it doesn't
Just
mean
type
that
it
at all.
in and you see Mara Gaines.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Since we're gonna go off of that term, that's why I got a book here called "Why Women Deserve Less," guys. Okay. It's a book, ladies. It's a book. It's just.
I've got a question for the ladies. I have got a question. With all the stuff that we're talking about, dating, relationships, this and that, what do you think is the biggest challenge of this time right now, like this time we're living? Like,
Dating market.
What's the biggest challenge, or what's the most frustrating?
We'll start here.
Yeah.
I think just like with like online dating, it's really hard because like you could be in a relationship, and then like you could go online and like there's someone prettier or someone like this or someone like, you know what I mean? You could just, it's so easily to find better with the world that we live in and like media.
The grass is always greener. Okay, that's a good point.
From the female standpoint or from the male standpoint, real quick.
Both.
Okay. Do you think both genders experience that abundance?
I think guys are more visual, so maybe like for guys.
Okay. What about from a woman's perspective? What about like, I know you've got a boyfriend, but or even what your
I don't know,
friends say.
maybe just like looking long term, like it's like hard to find guys that want to like settle down. So like that.
Okay.
I think commitment. I think definitely social media and the internet and everything makes us think like we have a lot of different options when in reality, like, you don't really know what's out there. I also think that just shifting away from the traditional aspects, like it really comes down to wanting to commit because that's who you are as a person versus what your relationship looks like. So yeah, definitely just the fact that people think there's a lot of options out there makes it harder for people to truly follow through and commit.
Like what she said, like with social media, I just feel like there's always another bitch that a guy's looking at. So there's always a better bitch. Like with Instagram and everything, it's like, it's very hard for guys to keep their eyes on one woman, I feel. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what was your question? I feel like I heard it. I feel like I heard it, but I just want to make sure I answer.
I was saying in the dating or relationship market, what do you think is the biggest challenge in this time that we're living in from a female perspective?
I would definitely say self-respect and how women value themselves and what they can bring to the table.
That's a challenge?
Yeah, a lot of girls don't know any of that.
Oh, okay. So then like women don't know it for themselves.
Exactly.
Okay.
The hardest thing for me would be social media because I'm a psycho, but I actually heard a point the other day that was interesting, and it was coming from a female who said basically the more men that women sleep with, the more men they're comparing their new relationships to, therefore making it harder for them to settle down and be happy with the man. And as a woman, of course, I want to say fuck no, but I really started thinking about it this week. And I think it goes for both. Obviously, women more sensitive. Obviously, men, they're going to sleep with multiple women. But in general, I think we do have so many options. So even though for me it's social media affecting, I think we all agree on that. But I think the root of that is just the idea of all these options.
Does the social media affect you or the guy though?
Well, it affects me because I'm the one looking at the likes and like what.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
So you think it negatively impacts the females more than the guys? In my question.
You know, I never really considered how it impacts y'all, but I'm gonna say yes, more so the females, because you guys, especially the men that have the options, you know, y'all have it all condensed for you to scroll through. I mean, if you don't have any options, if you're, you know, not taking care of your business.
What if I told you average girls get more options than the top tier guys by far?
I mean, you say that and it's hard for me to believe, and it's very comforting. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was really reassuring and comforting.
It's the truth.
I can't even believe it.
Yeah, no, it's the truth. And like, because you mentioned it earlier, like guys having options on dating apps or whatever. Women don't see like 90% plus of men on dating apps.
Okay, sorry, what?
she's like, yeah, I'm zoned out.
Yo, I need a car. How much?
I'm looking at this for like
800K?
9 mil.
9 mil?
Yes.
For what? I say that.
You said that dating apps are tough for for like girls or whatever.
Yeah.
The reality is they're way tougher for guys. Like women don't see like 90% plus of guys. Like a lot of girls on their Bumble profile alone put 6 feet or above. That eliminates 85% of the guys.
Yeah, I think girls definitely have like more options, but I feel like guys are more likely to like crack if like he was presented with as many options.
But they're not though.
Okay, but if they were though.
But the reality is they're not.
I know, Mar.
Like, I mean, we could say would, but here's an example right here. Number of messages received versus recipient's attractiveness. As you guys can see, the dark line is blue. The dark line is women. Light line is men. You can see even at the most attractive level for men, they're barely competing with average girls. As far as messages received.
I feel like that makes logical sense, though. I just feel like obviously it's easier for women to attract a man. Like since you guys are so visual.
Yeah, but attract, but not necessarily retain.
True.
Again, I hate to use that. I hate to use that girl as an example from before, but on paper, right? No, let's keep it 1,000. On paper, terrible. Baby daddy in jail, 2 kids in tow, ratchet, ghetto, etc. Right? But she's like, I can get a rich man. Well, how would she think that way? If it weren't for social media, she would never think that way.
Right.
But it's because I got 140K followers. She used like a bunch of strange metrics to evaluate her value. But men don't look at these things. But it's because of social media that women have this hubris that think that they could do better, which is why she doesn't respect the current man that she's with. Because she knows the grass is greener if I leave this guy. So I can say and act however I want, and I can go get another man.
And also, she dated a high value guy from before.
Yes,
so
that explains so much.
She can't respect that guy.
And she was a nurse.
Yeah.
But yo, that ties so many things because she's comparing the guy that she's with now to who she was with before. Yeah. A huge rapper that made a lot of money. Well, of course she's gonna have a certain standard now. I've always said it before. You guys don't believe me when I say this shit. Women cannot regress when it comes to men. If they experience a certain status or a certain type of lifestyle from a man, if they go backwards, I promise you, they're gonna make your life miserable. And that's what you see going on right now.
And you know it's burning her. You know why? She's paying half the bills.
Yeah.
God
She ain't used to that.
Oh Lord.
She ain't used to that.
Yeah, baby.
That's like a Chris, bro. Yo, no, but real talk, but it all makes fucking sense now.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like that guy is literally. You guys think I was kidding around when I said he was a placeholder?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys think, yo, we're psychic, bro.
Called it.
Like man. Okay, yeah. Where were we at?
Okay. For you, what do you think?
What do you think is
One
a
thing you
female
think-
obstacle with dating?
I honestly think technology in general, because like there's so many social media apps and stuff, and it's not even like not even like the cheating part of it. It's just like you're watching other people's like relationships. You're watching like on social media, and like you
Good
see
point.
toxicity and stuff, and then like unintentionally you start like your role models, like the people, reality TV shows, like people you're watching.
Kim Kardashian.
Exactly, you're like projecting that. I feel like onto your own relationships. I feel like that's what's ruining relationships. And
Question for you: do you think Kim Kardashian is a good role model for women to emulate to get in a relationship with a man?
well, honestly, like your role model could be whoever you are. Like it depends who you are as a person.
But
Like,
do you think she's a good role model for women in general to emulate to get a man?
I like the Kardashians. Personally, I like the Kardashians. I think they're great people. Like
I didn't ask if you like them. I asked a very, very specific question. Do you think she's a good role model for women to emulate to get a relationship with a man? You go to University of Miami. Don't make us look
Okay,
bad.
okay. You know what? Like honestly, she's like had a past. Like she's had a past, and like based on the stuff you guys have said on this podcast, you guys wouldn't consider her past like wifey material. Based on everything you guys have said today, that's what I would get from it. And so like me saying like yeah, she's like yeah, she's a role model. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're saying that she's like
You can
hasn't-
say it. Just
No, but,
substantiate
like,
your claim. If you do think she is, why do you think so?
well, you guys literally just said today how you don't think like a wife, like someone who has like a kid, like isn't like has a different man, like has a kid with a different man. You don't think that's what you were saying, right?
That's my personal position.
Yeah. So it's like a lot.
I mean, we're okay with if you have a different view, it's fine. Just if you think she's a good role model, I'm just gonna ask you why so. If you think she is.
Like honestly, I think she is because she's confident in herself. She's been through a lot in her life, and she's still doing like the best she can. She's trying to be a lawyer now. She's like
She's been through a lot of life.
yeah. Like honestly, I don't know.
Side comments. But remember, the question was, do you think she's a good role model to a gay man? You're saying she's a good role model from a business perspective, which you know what, I could say yeah. But I'm saying as a wife, as a mother, as a woman to emulate to get a relationship, do you think that's
For the right guy.
This when you shoot him, it's like I don't even know you. You know what I mean? And then it ruins the scenes too. So. Easy. Yeah. I think it's we get better for sure. I was 10 people love it today and yesterday. There's only certain places that you can sell this stuff to. Because the person that made this server was the one that made T Grizzlies. It's kind of like you got to paste. Like this version that you got to pay for. There's only like 6 or 7 locations that you can sell it. It's like a small one. So you can only sell like right. You walk across that street. And then cops see it too. I don't know how many are online right now, but after we start, there'll be a lot of cops on the streets. I'd say they most of them use this for sure.
Have I told you you got the sexiest voice in town? I mean that in a totally heterosexual way.
Yeah, a lot of them have controllers next to them.
shake it. We're still working on the pilot. Yo, holla at me. Arthur! She got me bugging. God, no!
You're not playing nothing. You're not asking unless you're playing nothing. So I'm gonna play that. No. 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 You asked to watch TV. You like that? No. No. Alright, I'm done.
What took you so long to pick up? I was driving and... What?
What about the game? That's shoes. I just got these. I just got these. That's it. That's my picture. Yeah, I got all that. I sell it by... So you can only sell them to certain places too. Get dirty. What? I don't do it. Well, there we go. Right here too. Sit up and watch Fresh and Fit. Oh, baby. We can all sit down and watch some Fresh and Fit. Yeah. So quit losing. That's what she said. That's what she said when I asked for a massage.
Prime time, daytime. Somebody's got to do it. Where are these customers at, man?
Don't we have a responsibility as artistes? A noble obligation? I'm talking cinema verite, the demandé, to 21st century got a demo wrong. The zeitgeist. Did I say there'll be tips in it? All right, speak soon.
Morning, Irma. I know. I remember when the garbage men still spoke English. I give and I give and I give.
Huh?
Yeah.
To
it
get,
depends
maybe
on the
not
guys.
obtain.
It depends on the guy, what he's looking for.
So should a girl have a sex tape in her 20s and hopefully she'll be able to find a rapper and or marry a celebrity in the future?
Hey, did you not make mistakes in your 20s? Do you want that to like,
Okay.
do you want that to like follow you the rest of your life? Like every single mistake you made, like people hold on to every single thing.
All right, if you have a 420 credit score and you go into a bank and say, I want a loan, would they give you the loan? Why?
Because you haven't proved it in the past. But then if you, okay, so then if you go and you give them a reason to prove that you can get a loan, you'll be able to pay them back, they will give you the loan. So it's like if you can prove yourself and show like, oh, like I have become better, like yeah, that was in the past, but I can.
Hey, bro, give me this loan. I know I didn't pay these debts off or whatever,
No,
but
but you
give me
have to
this
prove
loan.
it. That's the point. You have to prove it to them.
How
Like,
do you
have
prove
to-
it, though?
With your action, like they fix their money. Actually, I don't know in this situation. But like,
All right. Anything else?
I think it's your turn.
Pass that torch over. All right. What do you think is so your thing was social media, right? And TV and stuff. That was your example.
Technology. Influence.
Technology,
Yeah.
influence. Okay.
Yeah.
What does you think is messing with, or what messes you up in the dating thing?
Okay, so I agree with all of you guys. That's technology and Instagram, TikTok nowadays. That's the biggest problem. But I have one more point that personally, touching me. That priorities changed. People's priorities changed, and it's because of social media mostly that nowadays everyone wants to live best life. Those kind of life that
Like yourself?
only it should be
Like yourself?
I'm trying to get there, yeah, but everyone wants to travel the world. Everyone wants to do everything before they will create a family, before they will have a kid. So the priorities change for, and I don't know if it's good for the relationship nowadays. So
Question for you.
Yeah.
You think a woman that goes out there and lives her life and, you know, decides to settle down later with a guy maybe 27, 28, 29, 30, do you think she deserves the best kind of guy that she can get when there's a girl that was maybe 21 that didn't have those experiences and competing for that guy?
of course, yeah.
You think she deserves that same caliber of guy?
I mean, I'm the kind of person, you know, I don't know how to answer this question, to be honest. I'm the kind of person that I don't want to think about who am I going to deserve later on. I'm just living my best life right now. I have,
So fuck the future.
No,
I'm gonna do what I want.
I'm not gonna think about a future in this manner. I'm gonna think about my future, like as a mother, as a happy wife, as a householder. But I don't know what kind of
But don't you think it's important that if you want to be a mother and a happy
Yeah.
wife and you want to get a certain caliber of guy that you probably need to put yourself in a position to be attractive to that guy?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Well, I would have to think about it.
You see, and this is the thing too, that like a lot of girls like kind of think like I'm just gonna figure it out and some guy's gonna come and take me. Like, I mean, listen, dude, I'll be honest with y'all. If I could stay at home all day and play video games and eat Cheetos and smoke pot and be a fucking loser and live with my mom and still get laid by bad bitches, you would not. I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. I would literally just be chilling and whacking off all day and playing video games.
Nothing, basically.
Yeah, I would do nothing. But why is that women think I'm gonna do whatever I want and Mr. You know, my dream guy's gonna be at the end there waiting for me? What? It doesn't work that
I
way.
mean, you want to find your partner in crime, right? So you're doing your stuff, and I count that I might find someone who's doing exactly the same thing, and our paths are gonna cross. So that's
So you're hoping.
Yeah.
You know, I can hope for a model to hit me up while I'm sitting in my basement eating
Because
Cheetos.
that's not my priority. You see, this is what I'm saying. That's not my priority.
Girl,
That's not
so question for you. If it's not your priority, why should a man that has a bunch of options make you a priority?
Good question. Let's find out.
This and that's the scary thing too, is that like, and that I don't mean to, again, I've used you as an example plenty of times, but the reason why is because a lot of girls think the way that you do. We've brought plenty of girls actually that come from different countries, whatever, to chase that American dream. I want to live my best life, Instagram, yeah, blah, blah, blah. But I think that's a fleeting dream. Like what that sets you up for is like you live your best life in your 20s or whatever, then you end up 30, 31, 32 with a bunch of weird experiences with guys that might have treated you like shit or whatever, a bunch of bad boys that you've been ran through, and it's like, like, is a guy of value gonna want to take you seriously when he can go ahead and date someone that's 21 that hasn't been through all that stuff?
But is it really the experiences and the age? Because if you met the girl, she just walked in, she was everything you ever wanted. Physically, she's perfect, she's sweet, she's doing everything right, and you found out she slept with 9 people.
Calling off the wedding.
But the thing is, that's you, and I think you're special. I don't think you're every guy. I feel like most
Guys here in the chat, let's say
won't care.
you're about to marry a girl, whatever it may be, and you find out that she was a hoe the day before your wedding, and you already invested in all this other shit.
But she was everything you wanted physically, and men like looks.
Oh no, well,
So personality, she's competent.
This is a perfect example of women really don't understand men.
No, we
you
don't.
don't understand that, like, for a a girl that's been ran through is one of the biggest turnoffs. And how about this? Let's say you were about to get with a guy, and then you find out that he was gay and was sucking dick for a couple years. Why does this pass? Oh my God! So that same, like, see how you didn't even hesitate? You didn't even think twice? Oh hell no! Out! That's how men feel about women that are hoes.
And this one's in the chat.
That we're gonna commit to. I'm calling off the wedding if I find out she was a hoe. But here's the difference though. If I get with a girl, and let's say we're gonna, get married or whatever, and she finds out that I fucked 300 girls, she ain't gonna call off the wedding, bro. She probably isn't. Cause, okay, well that just proves the fact that this guy's a winner. All right, cool, I'm gonna marry him.
I feel like most guys will take the hoe that looks perfect.
No,
they'll smash the girl that looks perfect, but they won't wipe her up.
Yeah,
no, guys, there are guys who would wipe her up, but
Right.
they're not going to be
what she wants.
The guys you want.
It's like, yeah.
What if she was a hoe and now she's willing to change for you?
Oh, she's reformed.
She's a reformed hoe.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Let's say, let's go into a dream world. So I can illustrate this. And remember, ladies, this is just an analogy, okay? So just understand, it's just an analogy. So you already know. Let's say you saved up $500,000 and you found your dream car. Rolls Royce, it's the one that you got?
Cullinan
truck. All right, your dream car.